Yo. You know what time it is? Time to drop that weekend analysis or pre-market analysis brought to you by Big Booty Hoes, ENT, University of Pippage, Stupid Pips, and I Trade the Asian. Let's go. You already know what it is. It's your boy Professor P back in this bitch trying to drop another video for y'all to get busy too. Market is already open. This analysis is late as a motherfucker, but got busy life, busy things to do. So we're gonna try to bust through it real quick. I got the compare and contrast video already made up. I gotta drop it out to you guys. And I'm trying to get this weekend analysis dropped out to you guys. So sit back, relax, put your seatbelts on. It's gonna go kind of fast. I got shit to do. I got draws to beat. I got things to see. Starting off with the DXY, the DXY. Coming to you live from the DXY. From the analysis, we got the weekly is bullish. Price action is pushing into a weekly reaction level. Gave the bearish reaction, but hasn't shifted or broken any structure just yet. So looking at the weekly chart, what you will see is price action has pushed up into that weekly level and then gave a bearish reaction. So if we think price action is going to continue to go bearish, we want to see a breaker structure and a shifter structure, giving us the gas to the downside, giving us the green light to go bearish. But since we have pushed into that weekly structure and we have not shifted any structure, we have not broken any structure, you probably want to wait on them shorts because you probably get your ass cooked. Scooting over to the daily analysis, daily consolidating after hitting weekly reaction / rejection level. Best to wait for a break away from this low. Price action was bullish into this level. FOREX it's bearish, somewhat bearish, creating lower lows and lower highs. Price action has broken intraday structure to the downside. Price action wouldn't be considered to have shifted the structure until it creates a new lower low. 1H is in a delicate situation. Let's skip over to Mr. 1H. Right there, we were just looking at a 15-minute time frame. On the 1H delicate situation, price action has created a breaker structure. So thought process here would be to see if price action creates a higher low that pushes into the highs that confirms that breaker structure. So what we're looking at here is on the weekly time frame, we were big bullish. We pulled back. This is that push back into those highs. And the bearish reaction was this little downtrend that price action created in last week's price action. At the daily, we started to kind of consolidate. If you look at this price action here on the daily, it looks more like a consolidation. After hitting into that weekly high, like I said, this potentially was going to be the new higher low that created a new high, but it is not the higher low that created this high. It's way down here. Price action has not come down and closed below that structure just yet, so that's why there is no breaker structure, no shifter structure. Intraday time frames, you do, as we can see, we got an outline right here in the red. We got a breaker structure because this price action is going bullish. This price action right here is going bearish, so we got the breaker structure bearishly. If price action would have pulled back or would have dropped right here, then pulled back without breaking this structure, and then dropped again, then you would have your confirmation of the shifter structure to the downside. The conflicting part when it comes to DXY this week, price action opening, because when price action closed on Friday, we pushed up and broke the intraday time frame structure, indicating that we potentially could be going back bullish to retest these highs back in up in here. But right now it's Sunday night, 11 o'clock. Like I said, weekend analysis is coming out late. Market is already open and moving. It ain't really moving so much, but it is open, pushing back and forth. And what we're looking for, what we need to see is if price is going to create a new higher high, it can, continue this little bullish trend that we kind of started at the end of last week, or if we break below some lows down here and even, swapping below the higher low that pushes into the highs over here to continue this bearish trend. So that's what I got for the DXY. Moving on over to UJ. Go UJ. Let's see what we got right here. UJ on some straight fuckery, bro. Because UJ opened up last week and just pushed bullish, no pullback, no retest, no chance to really get in unless you was just already in buys and just caught any type of pullback retracement as a good enough retracement for you to get into that market. It didn't provide many opportunities. And you will see that on compare and contrast video. But with this analysis, The weekly is big bullish, currently pushing into supply with no rejection. Excuse me, no rejection just yet. The daily is way overextended to the upside, major pullback coming. Just got to wait for it. 4 hour producing the RSI divergence pattern. If the RSI was pulled up on this chart, I don't trade indicators, but I know how divergence starts to formulate and how it starts to look pattern wise. This price action right here is starting to look like that RSI divergence. So if RSI was up right now, we're making higher highs and higher lows within the market, but on the RSI, you'd be making lower lows and lower highs. So price action is creating higher highs and higher lows, but does not have a level to potentially take scalp shorts from. So if we get a close below 118, 368, we're looking for the retest of that level to take it back down to some of these ghost levels you can see right here outlined in black. Even all the way back down here, we would like to see that pull back, potentially to push the market back higher. Even coming back down to that level, that wouldn't necessarily start to indicate a shift of structure, maybe a shift in the little trend, intraday time frame trend. But this last low level we got down here is the structure most recently broken. So we can always look for or kind of expect or anticipate price action pulling back down to that level and give a nice stern retest to push it back to the highs. 1 hour currently slowing in bullish momentum. We'd like to see how far the retracement comes down, if any. So right now, with UJ doing what it's doing, it could just keep pushing bullish. And it could just keep taking out highs. And if that's the case, then, like I said, find you any type of retracement to get back active. In order to take it carefully, as we can see what's going on right over here. Last week's price action, we had a push. Price kind of started out down here, creating a little support. It pulled away from that zone and came back to retest that zone. This would have been potentially a nice area in the market to get in. We came up, kind of consolidated, and we finally broke that structure. And then we came back to retest that structure most recently with Brooklyn, kind of like I got indicated or outlined right down here. This would have been another little area to be sitting and waiting to see if price action will come down, retest that zone, respect that zone. When I say respect, it's not really closing back, bearish candles back down into that zone. And then it started to pull away, give you another retest, and then it broke higher. So, if price action doesn't give you a valid, deep retracement, then you just potentially have to wait this little consolidation area out right here, let it push higher and see if it'll come back to retest the top side of this little zone where prices consolidate, and you could potentially catch buys into some more highs back off that. But with UJ, I would definitely want to see the retracement because this right here is completely overextended. Pushing over to GJ, my baby mama right here. We kind of, we went to the hotel last week. We kind of made up. We kind of did some kiss and makeup. She let me get into the market a little bit and make some change off of put on the corner real quick, make some change. But yeah, for the most part, looking at the weekly is bullish, currently pushing into extreme highs. This will be the 4th attempt to break these highs. Could see reaction to the downside first to create the bottom wick, then price action could actually break these highs. The daily currently creating new highs. Creating a new high. Need to see a higher low to get active to the top side. Caution here is to make sure the potential new higher low does break the high. So, based on the weekly and daily analysis, price action right here is pushing into these highs for the 4th time. What we're looking for is price action to pull back, respect a level down here. I got possible buys at 156,583, meaning that price came down and respected this level. It stayed on top. It didn't close back below into this range as big bearish candles, and then it pushed away from the zone, giving us an entry to potentially finally break this area outlined in white right up here. That price has been struggling to break for quite some time. Like I said, this is the 4th time price has got this high and hasn't been able to get past this 157 level. So on the 4H, we bullish, creating higher highs and higher lows. We'd like to see a price action hold up at the structure most recently broken first to buy from there. Otherwise, wait for the stream to be hit. Like I was saying, if we hold up right here, potentially could have buys back up into the highs. If not, wait for it to travel all the way back down, come back down to this support right here, previous higher low that pushes into the highs, that can potentially push us back into the highs. Or the market could do what the hell it wants and just completely drop out and go bearish. And if that's the case, then catch you a lower high and get active to the downside. 1H failed to create a new high at market open, currently retesting, or retracing. Market open right here a couple hours ago, failed to create a new high, and now it's just retracing. So do what you want to with that. I know how I'm gonna get active. If you like to know how I'm gonna get active, drop a comment. If you don't understand how these charts are lining up, drop a comment. If you're trying to get on that Telegram, drop a comment. So Telegram was going wild last week. We had some good calls. This is the analysis I dropped out to the team for this week. But we had crypto weekends jumping off, popping off. We made some money off of XRP. Well, I made some money. I don't know if anybody else took a trade, but I made some money off XRP this weekend. Bitcoin did stop me out. I had a little entry on Bitcoin. I don't know if I didn't drop it in here, but yeah, I had a little entry on Bitcoin, came down, whipped me out there and pushed it up into the direction I was looking for it to go. But last week, these are the AU short or AU longs that I was calling out, the GJ manipulation longs. This is the AU manipulation long. This is a stupid ass trade right here because it pushed all the way back into the eyes. You watch that compare and contrast video and you will see where it went to. But yeah, so if you're trying to get active, we caught the shorts on AU last week. We caught the buys on GJ last week. It was just, what I'm saying, a few moments later, that spot, a few moments later, GJ, let me see the call out. So this right here was the original call out on GJ. We was looking for buys coming out of that Asian range. As you see, as we put on the charts a few moments later, stupid profits, stupid pips on that Telegram. Tap in with your boy. If you're trying to get active, drop a comment and let me know where you want to go. I'll show you how to get there. Where you get in your pip. Excuse me. Yeah, man, a couple weekends ago, we had a crazy windstorm come through, and I've been coughing ever since. That's all I need. You can't stop coughing. My throat muscles keep getting tight every time I try to whistle. And then I had to cough, and it had me all jammed up. But yeah, on GJ, we're waiting for the retracement. The retracement don't happen. We're gonna keep waiting. If it just break the highs, then we, like I said, on UJ, breaking retest action. We do have a resistance level marked out up top, so we'll be cautious of that. And we're just gonna get active that way. Pushing over to GU. GU is in a nasty little range right now. The weekly was bearish. Price action just created a new low, waiting for the lower high creation to get back active to the downside. New weekly open looks like it's creating a bottom wick first to push price action higher. That's kind of conflicting, but it is what it is. The daily structure is bearish. Price action is bullish, currently retracing. If price action breaks current lower high, this could serve as the lower high on the weekly to push the market lower. Excuse me. 4H price action is ugly. Kind of starting to consolidate price action, created a double top at previous lower high area, hasn't pulled away from that zone. So looking at the 4H, this is a previous lower high that pushes into the lows. Price action came up, pulled away from it, tried to push back up again, and has not been able to create new low or new highs. So now we're gonna see if it wants to go lower or if it's just gonna consolidate in this area. On the 1H, wouldn't touch this price action. I should say wouldn't, not would. ENT wouldn't touch this price action. Allow it to break and retest to show its true direction because you know what I'm saying. Higher time frames, you're completely bearish. You had an intraday lower time frame structure shift back up to the upside. So we'd like to see the break, the retest, and a new high. We got the break and the retest, but no new high. So yeah, protect your pips. Switching over to AU. Weekly and the monthly are bullish on AU. Currently pushing to the highs. Last time price action pushed to these levels, price action reacted to the downside and created a breaker structure and a shifter structure. So this area right over here, last time price action pushed into these highs, you got the breaker structure and the shifter structure. This is a clear example of a breaker structure with a retest and the shifter structure. The shifter structure confirms the trend that went to the downside. So from the last 3 weeks, price action was bearish. You could have caught any of these lower highs and got active to the downside until midweek last week, where price action completely flipped and went completely bullish. Full, we was on the weekly, so the daily. Daily is currently in a push phase. If you look at this price action on the daily, it's big bullish candles up into the highs, completely pushing bullish. So when we see that, when we see a push phase, we need to wait for the higher low to get active back to the side. 4H is bullish, creating higher highs and higher lows. Tough to trade currently until a price action creates that new higher low. Price action has created a break structure, meaning that on the higher time frames, if this was the lower high that pushes into the lows, price action has closed above that. So we got the breaker structure. Now we need to pull back to get active back into the highs to give us the higher low with a new high formation. Price action has created a breaker structure correlating for the retracement to confirm the shift of structure. 1H currently trying to break structure to the upside. The break and the retest will be the best setup to not fall for the fake out. So we trade the Asian. The Asian range right now has created a high and a low. Right now it's back at the low. We're going to see if it breaks down and come back down to one of this little support area right down here to push back into the highs, or we can get a break and a retest of the continuation sell zone and just ride it back into the extremes or until it's ready to go back bullish. Either way, we know how to get active. We're going to catch some trades, and that's how it is. Euro JPY. Let's see what we got on that Euro JPY. The weekly is consolidating. Price action pushed big bullish back into a consolidation zone, but closed as a lower high. Let's go look at that. Okay. Weekly consolidating. This little price action right up in here. Let's say jump out to the weekly and see what that looks like. Okay, yeah. So we had the high, the low, lower high, lower low. Potential lower high, lower low. What we saw from that previous lower high, we got the lower low. Price action came extremely big bullish back into that lower high. Equal down, equal up. Potentially is a fake out right here. So what we see, if this was the lower high and this is the lower low, this candle actually closed lower than this area right over here. So this could potentially be our lower high to potentially get us pushed back down into the market to create a new lower low. You have to be careful with this price action right here though, because if you see this price action right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to create the low, you got two candles that pushed and ate up all this price action right here. So from experience, what you generally could see is price action come back down 50% of this candle or 50% of both of these candles and then push back into the highs. Some throat lodge. Somebody need some throat lodge. My throat hurting, bro. I keep coughing. But yeah, going back to the analysis. What was that? The weekend? The daily just created a higher high. We'll need to see a new higher low to buy this market back into the high. So we're looking for price action to pull down. So just get a little reduced price. Reduce on that price on, cuz sometimes you have to talk to the market like that. Let them know, hey, bro, shout the cuz, hey, bring that price down so we can get in. Inflation high, COVID numbers is high, people on work release is high, you know what I'm saying? So bring that price down so we can get in, we can get active back to the top side, get some pill, you know what I'm saying? 4H is bullish, creating higher highs and higher lows, currently creating a double top at structure right over here. Need to see price action pull away to the downside, away from this area to confirm that double top. 1 hour is consolidation at a structural high. You can see all that price action right up in there. Last but not least, Mr. UCAD acting funny with the money. Last week we had the break structure right over here, to pull back and some buys right over here. We were targeting the extreme highs, didn't quite make it, so could capture profits at some of these target highs right over there. And then the thing just fell on out. Coming to the weekend analysis, the weekly was bearish, currently rejected from the top side. The area price action rejected from created a lower high, so could be creating a lower low. Weekly is bearish, currently rejected from the top side. Okay. The area price action rejected from created a lower high. Oh, okay, right here. So we got a high, low, potential lower, or this would be a lower high because it did give you a new lower low. Okay, daily is bearish. Currently in a push phase, momentum has slowed, pushing into a previous structural low. So we were in a push phase, momentum starting to slow down as it get down in here. 4H is bearish, creating lower lows and lower highs. Need to see some formation of a lower high to get back to get active back to the downside. 1H is a waiting game. price action could break out in either direction. Best play would be to wait for the lower high if price action is going to continue bearish. So what we want to see is price kind of pull up into the, buy. We want to see it go bullish for a little bit. Excuse me. We want to see it push bullish for a little bit into their time frames, just to give us some room potentially to catch shorts from. But if you're reading it from a 1 hour time frame and down, it's going to be kind of hard to identify which one of these structures looking left is going to give you the gas back to the downside. So if I was trading UCAD, I would definitely wait until the NY session to make sure that market is going to crank for you, and then potentially either drop a field from this structural high, this swing high to this swing low. I'll show you what that look like right here. 100 should be at the top. 0 should be at the bottom. And you can potentially try to catch you a setup coming from the 382 or the 50. 50 would probably be the best scenario, but with the way these structures looking over here, this would be the area most recently broken, right up in here. Oops. But yeah, as you can see what I was trying to outline, structure most recently broken somewhere up in here. Kind of coincides with the 50, so you can wait for price action to react from this level. You want to see a big bearish candle coming from that level to confirm that that's the way everyone wants to go. But overall, these structures are ugly. You could even catch a short, pushing back into this lower high that gave you somewhat of a new lower low in the lower time frames. But overall, I would definitely like to see a little bigger of a retracement on UCAD on the higher time frames, potentially consider that my lower high, then get active back to the downside. I'm about to get up out of here. My throat tight. I've been coughing all over the mic. Y'all excuse me for that. Accept my apologies. I did not mean to come in here and cough on y'all. I ain't got that Rona. I just got a cough. Other than that, I'm up and kicking. I've been going to the gym, getting busy with it, running, getting my miles in, dropping weight, getting muscles. Getting those muscles up, summertime coming. I'm gonna be flexing on y'all, boy. Letting y'all know what time it is in the gym. Getting busy, getting active on these charts. If you got any questions, like I said before, drop a comment. Let your boy know I'm on these charts and I'm ready to go. Yeah. Nah, I'm just tripping. But yeah, currently, only thing I'm really waiting on is GJ to break off and AU to break off. That's all I got for this one. I'm gonna holler at y'all next time. I'm out.